Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So in this video I'm going to be doing a video on binding contracts and also one of the binding contract monsters just in particular. We're going to be looking at Blood Reavers. Now I know I've done a video on Blood Reavers before, and again I'm not going to really go over like the major little details. I'll link that video of where we've talked through all the stuff you're going to need. But at the minute Blood Reavers are massively up in price, and as well as what's just happened with this hour, I'm going to show you how you could possibly make even more money per hour if you want to do so. So Blood Reavers are in Nex's dungeon, which is where we're just gearing up to go to now, just for that Shard of Zaros on. To do it, I'm just going to take a couple of brews just so I can get some HP and some brews as well. We're not going to sit there for too long. I just want to show you what to do to kill. In terms of the setup, the important things to be taken are your binding contracts, your magic no paper, overload, and pretty much I'm going to take a range setup, nothing too fancy at all. It'd be quite good if I took some arrows though, so we're going to take them. Basic range setup, nothing like too over the top, but whatever range setup you have. Now to get to next, you're going to need to get the frozen key. So the frozen key is just going to kill like either the bosses or the minions. So they'll give you the key piece, put the key piece together, unlock the frozen door. So to get to the next arena, you're going to have the ability for the frozen key. We're going to set the arrival point to the next kill count room, and then that way we can like go and do stuff. Here we go. There we are. If you go to the next bank, you are not able to go out, so this is why you need to go through this way, as I found out. So here, I think this is the best bit, because you have like a little triangle of Blood Reavers. There's two sort of this side, two this side, and there's one in the middle. So these are where we're going to go and get the most kills. Now, just to be careful, if you've got things like Greater Ricochet, which I'm definitely going to use, you will attract other monsters, so you might have the attention. So something like a Vampirism will give you more AFK time. If not, just soldier through as always. I have faith in you. And basically, as terms of a method, that's pretty much it. All you do is just hit the monsters, you just kill the monsters, and go from there. But really, don't kill the other stuff, just kill the Blood Reavers. In terms of other drops though, nothing like overly important, nothing like overly beneficial for you to look out for. All you really want to do is just make sure that you're DPSing the Reavers as quick as possible. Again, if you have your bar set up like I did, make sure to use them all. So yeah, once your action bar is actually like a full action bar, you might have chance of killing them at a decent speed. So all you're literally doing is going around, clicking the Blood Reavers. Greater Ricochet might be able to tag them as well, which will make it more easier. Auto Retaliate on, AFK. Again, there are a few drops they have which might be like a little bit decent. But again, it's just going to fill your invo up of stuff and not the pouches. When your invo is full, use your magic no paper on your pouches, and there you go, your pouches are back in your invo. These, as far as I'm aware, can't go in your Slay dungeon, so you have to kill them here to make your pouches. It would be a great thing if they were in a Slay dungeon, but I just think it would hammer the prices. But things like Hellhounds and Calgarian Demons can go in your own player Slayer dungeon. So those are viable options to AFK as well in your own dungeon. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Just sit here, pick out the Reavers, kill the Reavers, and you'll get a decent amount of pouches per hour. So the big question is, how much does a pouch currently cost? Now, I've done a video about using the Tavali obelisk to do your pouches, and I worked out from there, and this is currently Wednesday the 24th of August, that a pouch costs around 80k. To make a pouch, you're going to have to use 2 Hellfire Metal, 2 Blood of Orcus, which is where the bulk of the cost is, a Blue Charm, 200 of the Spirit Shards, and a pouch. So really, as long as we sell this for more than 80k, we have made decent profit. And really, this is the only reason we're killing something like this, is because we're after the profit. Now, even though I've used a range setup, due to current times and how things are, Necromancy is definitely a shout. And you could easily kill all these monsters through Necromancy and get some Necromancy XP while you're at it. So I'm going to finish this invo, and then after that we're going to go and have a look at the Grand Exchange and see what sort of price we're going to be dealing with. So the reason Blood Reavers are high is due to their ability in combat. They are a healing familiar, which also has some decent combat traits. And very much for the higher tier Necromancy PVM, it's one of the best monsters to use along with Calgarian and your Hellhound. So for a while, these will be very much in demand and very high price because of it. Right, so that will do for us. We will teleport out now. Luckily, we can go back to the Max Guild. Right, so the first thing we need to do is look at the price of one of these pouches. So for an 80k investment, we've now made 222k if it sells, which it doesn't. Beautiful. Every time I do something like this, it always lets me down. So even though they're not as high as we used to, and admittedly, what I'm probably not doing myself a justice is, it's 11 o'clock on a Thursday, like game time, so it's not the best time to be doing something like this. So as you can see, that sold very much under the GE price, which can be good, can be bad. It can be the time of day it's being sold for, but also it could be an opportunity for us. So we could sell the scrolls as well. So a pouch is currently 152k and a scrolls is 6.8k. Now, admittedly, this is 70k under the GE like medium price, but we've still pretty much doubled our money here. So even though these are like crashing and such at the minute, don't be discouraged, because as long as, like I say, we've checked our margins and we can still pull 70k per pouch even though it's crashing. Now, in a minute, the market could be dead because it's Thursday, the middle of the day, no one's really playing. The weekend when people have got time to play, these could spike again and could be the sort of price we're looking at. And you could have another 70k profit on top, and you could be clearing 150k. However, because it's Amalot Hour as well, you have a chance to make some more scrolls, which we can just see like how that looks in comparison. But it is definitely a method to be considering at all times, especially with Slayer tasks. Is it can be huge profit to do binding contracts, and these blood pouches as well. The pouches go for 20 scrolls every time you convert a pouch. Because then this way, at least with a GE, I can throw in the price it's sold for and we can see an actual price. So 6825. So we kind of messed up a little bit. So the amount of scrolls you can make from one pouch is 24. And if we sold them for 6825. So ignore this line. This was me getting hyped up over something because I've just made 2 pouches instead of 1. However, as you can see, 24k profits per pouch here. And the space and time between these two selling prices was seconds. Wasn't even longer than a minute. Which makes me think like the price at this current time is so like fluctuating, it might like not even be worthwhile, and I might log in a little bit later and just check on the prices and stuff. So it has been a day or so, but I have actually managed to sell the Blood Reaver pouches for 211k. Now they have dropped on the Grand Exchange, however with the price you're going to spend for the actual pouch, you still will make some money, but I wanted to prove that you could sell them for that price anyway. So what my advice would be when looking to pick which pouch you're going to do for your contract, admittedly the Calgarian, Hellhound and Blood Reaver will all make some serious profits. If you're just going to go and hunt in particular with your contracts for one thing, price check margins, see which one is higher, and then also sort of like relay how quick it is. The Hellhounds might be a little cheaper, however you can kill quite a lot an hour, and also you've got the benefits of clues as well. Calgarians and Blood Reavers don't really offer anything else apart from their binding contracts, so have a look around, check the margins, and see what you can do. But either way, binding contracts very much back in the profit again. Really profitable, very worthwhile doing on your Slayer tasks, and can be worth doing hunting out as well. But I'll make sure to drop out the video relating to how to make them quicker and make them as quick as possible, just so you can try and aim for the most profit per hour when making pouches and also doing your contracts. But also remember, any profit to do with a contract, also you need to count in the time it's going to take you to make the contracts as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.